Welcome back to Radio Row, New Orleans Convention Center. It's the Monge. This is the Northwest Tank Line Super Bowl show. Sunday at Super Bowl 59. Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Our next guest is a man, well, talk about the GOATs. He's one of them. Joe Montana stopping by, representing Pfizer today. Joe, nice to have you aboard.
Good to be back.
Nice to see you.
You too.
You're looking spry. You're looking good.
You know, losing a little weight, doing okay, working out.
So you're here repping Pfizer this week?
Yeah, I've been with Pfizer for a number of years now, and one of the things we're out talking about is that the CDC has lowered the age limit for at-risk people for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Okay.
And that this is something that can be avoided, simply by getting the vaccination. I've been vaccinated, and if you're 50 and above, you're 6 times more at risk than a normal healthy person younger. So it can be somewhat avoided if you get out there and get with your doctor, get with your pharmacist, and see what works best for you. And there's also have a great website out there called vaxassist.com, VAX assist, and like I said, hopefully we can slow this thing down a little bit.
Man, you're good, and I'll tell you why. You don't even have a cheat sheet in front of you. You just got all this stuff memorized. You're good at this. Well, it also shows that you're legitimately interested in this as well. How's your health, by the way?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, other than, new parts in my body, the health has been okay. Kind of goes up and down a little bit,
Yeah, because I think I talked to you a couple of years ago. You had, your shoulder an infection or something. And,
yeah. I've got new knee, new hip, new shoulder, 5-level neck fusion.
Oh, wow.
New
I'll tell you
elbow.
what, I got to go in for 2 knees, so I'm going to feel that pain pretty quick.
People say do them both.
Yeah. A lot
at
of
the
people
same
say
time.
that.
Yeah.
I've had friends that have done within 2 months of one another.
Yeah.
Hey, this game on Sunday, I mean, you're talking about Kansas City and a three-peat. Do you see any common denominators with the great San Francisco 49er teams that you played on and, say, the Kansas City Chiefs? And both on and off the field, I guess.
Yeah. I would say I think one of the differences every Super Bowl we were at, we had a really good defense. Mm-hmm. And people forget that, and everybody talked about, just like with one of my best friends, Marino, and I love watching him play, and he had a great year that year, but what everybody forgot was that we had the number 1 defense in the league. Yeah. And going into that Super Bowl. And so I think that's maybe a difference. I'm not sure if Kansas City's had the same depth at all their Super Bowls with defenses. Well, people move around a little bit more nowadays.
A little different with the salary cap too,
yeah,
right? You're always going to have one area that might be exposed.
Yeah, and the injury thing came into play at the right time for the Chiefs early in the season. Now they're starting to get healthy, which is more scary, or they are healthy. So, but Philly's got a good team. They got a good defense. They run the ball obviously very well, and everybody, it's always the same thing when you have a quarterback like Mahomes. The best thing they can do is give him minimal touches with the ball, and you got to get in the end zone. So,
do you have an affinity for a guy like Mahomes and the way he plays the game?
Oh, it's fun to watch.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Even my wife turn the Chiefs on if you can get them. And so, he's one that I think everyone likes to watch.
When you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, there's a team that you played for. Do you have a little skin in this game come Sunday?
No, it's always fun to see. I think it's also nice. I think there's a lot of people pulling for Philly, just because no one likes to see someone dominate that much, right?
You ought to know about that.
But of course, after playing for the Chiefs, I think one of the great things about it has been their organization, which when I went to the Chiefs was part of the reason. The Hunt family has just been great for that area, and it was great to me, and it's fun to see them continue to win. And
it's funny when you talk to people within that organization. I was lucky enough to talk to Tim Terry from the personnel department. You played in Canada for a little bit, so I got to know him. And Tim was just talking about the accountability that's throughout the organization. Never mind just players, coaches, but there's a level there.
And that's the way it was when Mr. DeBarlo was there for us, and Bill was the one, Walsh was the one who really kind of pushed that from top down.
All right. Before we let you go, you got to come up to Vancouver. I've been talking to Omar,
I know.
Mr. Doman.
I know.
We want to bring you up
We'll-
on the line.
we'll figure it out
We got to
sometime.
figure this out because we wanted you to come up for the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Right? And you couldn't come up. You had a commitment with the 49ers in Seattle. But we're going to get you up to Vancouver for a Lions game sooner rather than later, my friend.
We'll work on it.
Well, we're going to work on it. It'll be all good.